In the story of Jesus and his 12 apostles, some names shine brightly: Peter, John, James the Greater. But today, we step into the life of a quieter disciple, James the Less. Not lesser in faith, not lesser in devotion, only lesser in public recognition. His story reminds us that greatness in God's kingdom is often hidden, silent, and humble. This is the story of James the Less, the apostle who followed without seeking attention. James is called the Less to distinguish him from James the Greater, the son of Zebedee. The title does not imply weakness or inferiority. Scholars believe it may refer to his physical stature, younger age, or simply his quieter role among the 12. In God's eyes, there is no greater or lesser, only faithful servants. James the Less was personally chosen by Jesus Christ to be one of the 12 apostles. This means he walked the dusty roads of Galilee, listened to every parable, witnessed miracles, and stood among those entrusted with spreading the gospel to the world. Even if Scripture records few of his words, his presence among the 12 speaks volumes. James the Less is often confused with two other figures, James the Greater, and James, the brother of the Lord. But they are not the same person. James the Less was an apostle. James, the Lord's brother, was not one of the 12. Understanding this helps us appreciate James the Less as a distinct and chosen witness of Christ. The Gospel of Mark mentions a woman named Mary, distinct from Mary, the mother of Jesus, standing at the cross and later at the tomb. Many scholars believe this Mary was the mother of James the Less. If so, James came from a family that remained faithful even in the darkest hour of crucifixion. Depending on Bible translations, James the Less is believed to be brother of Jude, also called Judas, not Iscariot, another apostle of Jesus. This suggests a family deeply connected to Christ's mission. Faith, it seems, flowed through their household. James the Less never preached a recorded sermon. No miracle is directly attributed to him. No dramatic moment places him at center stage. Yet he stayed. He followed. He endured. Sometimes, the strongest faith is the one that does not seek recognition. After Jesus rose from the dead, James the Less remained part of the early Christian community. He was among those who carried the message of the resurrection into a hostile world. While history remains silent about his specific journeys, tradition tells us he served faithfully until the end. James the Lesser, a leader of the early Jerusalem church, was martyred by being thrown from the pinnacle of the temple, then stoned, and finally clubbed to death by a crowd of Jewish scribes and Pharisees around the mid-1st century AD. The church continues to honor James the Less. In the Western tradition, his feast day is May 3rd. In the Eastern Church, it is celebrated on October 9th. Though history speaks little, the church remembers much. In the late 19th century, artist James Tissot portrayed St. James the Less in a solemn watercolor: quiet eyes, thoughtful posture, steady faith. The painting captures what Scripture implies: a disciple shaped by reflection, obedience, and inner strength. Art gives a face to faith when words are few. James the Less teaches us that you don't need fame to be faithful, nor recognition to be chosen by God. His life reminds us that silent obedience can change eternity. In a world that celebrates noise, may we learn from James the Less, T. He apostle of quiet faith.